Shalom, everybody. Hi, this is Jerusalem Jane coming to you live here from Jerusalem. And I'm just gonna wait a little bit and see. Let's see if I get an audience here. So I know that I haven't really done many live videos here on my YouTube channel. So I decided that I wanted to go live because I know that I have been neglecting a little bit my followers here on YouTube. So this is just going to be a brief update on why I haven't been posting much for the last couple of months. So you know what has been going on. Jane, where have you been? So Jerusalem Jane signing on live here on YouTube. It's right now the sun is shining. The sun has been on and off. There's been a little bit of rain, and I was actually down by the Western Wall. One of my friends has been diagnosed with cancer, so I went to the Western Wall because I wanted to pray for him. And while I was down at the Western Wall, I made a live video on my Facebook. And it was not until I was sitting in the bus going home thinking, Jane, you are neglecting all your followers on YouTube, so I apologize for that. I will try and do better. So give me a thumbs up if you're watching this video. Let me know where you're watching from so I know that there are people out there watching right now. So guys, I know I haven't been active very much, but I have actually been on medical leave of absence. Hey Shirley. I've been living here in Israel now for between 5 and 6 years, and Denmark is in the house. I've been living here in Israel now, and I'm so blessed and I'm so honored to call Israel my home, to live here in Jerusalem, and to be girly boots on the ground, trying to stand for Israel in a time where the world seems to be absolutely upside down, in a world where it looks like the truth has become lie and lie has become the truth, and the lie and the deception about occupation, about a Palestinian state is something that people are just buying today without even checking facts. So it's never a boring moment for me. There is always something to do. And would you do me a favor also? I've had a little bit of issues with the sound on my phone. Can you let me know if the sound is good and the sound is not going up and down and up and down? I hope it's okay. So anyway, I have been here in Israel for several years, and it has been an honor, it's been a privilege, and I'm so happy and I'm so blessed to be here. But I have just been struggling with several health issues. Last year, to top everything off, last year I broke my ankle. I slipped and I ended up in a wheelchair for several months, and then I was on crutches. I have received treatments. I'm still getting treatments. I had 2 fractures in my foot and I ripped the ligaments. So it's a long process. I'm still getting hydrotherapy for this. Then in the midst of everything last year, one of the biggest heroes here in Israel, one of the biggest stand-up guys, amazing advocates for Israel, one of my best friends, Ari Foltz, was brutally murdered in a terrorist attack. He was out shopping just outside a supermarket outside Jerusalem, out shopping for his family, and this terrorist just ran up behind him and stabbed him in the back. And you probably already know about this, but Ari was a very good friend of mine. I had made several live videos with him, so with him dying and many things that I've been through in my life, it was just, my body was screaming, duk, 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 red signals, red signals. It was just time for me to take a break. I didn't have a choice. My body was in full survival mode, so I was forced to take a medical leave of absence for the last 4 months, where I have been receiving treatment for several injuries on my body. And then I just felt God was saying, Jane, it's time to put a do not disturb sign on your heart. do not disturb sign on your life and just come to me and close all the voices from people around the world who would like to tell you what to do, and just listen to my voice. And that is actually a very, very precious time. So I have been crying now for 4 months. It has been tough. It has been hard. I've been crying and crying and crying, but God has brought so much healing inside of me that I really, really needed. You have to understand, living here in Israel, it's the most amazing, beautiful country in the world. The Jewish people are the most amazing people in the world. But my job is, every time there's a terrorist attack, every time rockets are flying in, every time we have fire bombs and ramming attack, and we had a terrorist attack again this morning, it's my job to share about it. It's my job to look at another Jewish family that has been ripped apart because of Muslim terrorists, who says, just go kill the Jews wherever you're finding them. There are so many children here in Israel who's growing up without parents. There are so many parents here in Israel who has to bury their children because of terrorism. So when all of this is happening, it breaks my heart over and over and over again. So I was just at a point where I had so much emotional trauma in my life. I had physical trauma in my life from all the injuries. And God just said, you know what, Jane, I'm going to take you aside and I'm going to heal you. So that's why I haven't been working. I have been quiet. I've been letting God do a lot of healing. And it's actually a very healthy thing, because everything we go through in life, it affects us. If you experience, I have had several surgeries in my life after accidents, and I crashed on my bike and whatnot, and people close to me are dying, and you are living here in the midst of terrorist attack. All of these things affect you. It goes deep into your soul, and it traumatizes you. And if you have wounds in your soul, it affects the way you talk, the way you think, the actions you are taking, and you're just not a whole person. And I was just at a point where I was saying, I need to get healing from all of this. I need to close doors to the past. There were some people in my life I trusted that it turned out I couldn't trust. That was abusing my trust. And you don't know it when you're in the moment. And it's all part of life. I made some mistakes because there were people I trusted I shouldn't have trusted. So we all make mistakes in life. Bad things happen in life. We all go through it. So I just needed a time where I could say goodbye to some people. I could close some doors to traumatic experience, get healing in my heart, in my soul from all the trauma, and also trying to get better physically. So that's why I have been very quiet for the last 4 months. So I have slowly started to come back. I actually took my... I'm very active on a Facebook page that I have called Israel One Nation, where I write and I blog, and I have 150,000 followers on that page. So if you are on Facebook anyway, follow me on Facebook, Israel One Nation. That's my page. You will see on top there's a video that I made down by the Western Wall today. So I am slowly coming back, but I am not really running around, and I'm not out and about meeting people yet. I still have some health issues that I'm battling, but I'm slowly starting to work, and I'm doing a lot better in here than I was 4 months ago. So I just want to encourage everybody who is watching this video. I want to let you know that you are special and you are amazing, and God has a plan for you. And one of the things that really takes my breath away is, if you see my fingerprint here, out of all the zillion people around the world, I'm the only one who have my set of fingerprints. So this means that I am me. I'm not supposed to compare myself to anyone. And it's the same with you. Nobody has your fingerprint, which means that God knows you by name. God created you. You are wonderful. You are you're beautifully made. And God has a plan for you. And don't compare yourself to anybody. There's always someone who has more money than you. There's always someone who's more skinny than you. There's always someone who, are more pretty than you. And so what? So what? Be you and be the best that you can do. And I have been sharing, and I will share a little bit about the hard things that I've been through, because I believe that some people can actually learn or can be encouraged from what I have been through, because life is hard. I mean, we all face bad things and sad things, and people can be cruel and vicious to us, and we make mistakes ourselves. Sometimes the biggest pain in life is mistakes that we have made ourselves, right? So I just want to encourage you today that if you are in a season where I was, where things are hurting and people maybe have betrayed you, maybe you lost a loved one, someone in your family died, maybe you went through a horrible divorce, maybe you went bankrupt, just surround yourself with good people and talk to God people and let God heal you, and get rid of toxic people, get rid of people who is only in your life to gossip and slander and hurt you, because life is precious. That's one of the things that I'm learning. Life is so precious. Life is an amazing gift, and God created me and God created you, and God wants us to be happy, and He wants you to be healthy, and He wants you to prosper. So make the best. You know why I look tired? You see here under my eyes? You see here? This, someone just wrote I look tired. This is burns. I was badly burned in my face here in Israel about 11 years ago. Horrible sunburns here in my face. I'm wearing a lot of makeup now, but you can still see I'm swollen here. So I have horrible sunburns here in my face, and this makes this very swollen. And they treated me for a whole year with laser. They were burning my face with laser. I looked like a monster every month for a whole year, until I said, this is too painful, I can't do this anymore. So unless God is gonna heal me, I'm gonna have these really bad scars and sunburn in my face. It makes me look tired. I'm sorry, I can't do anything about it. And that is actually one of the traumas in my life that I needed God to heal me from. It has affected me much, and being a woman, like I just said, try not to compare yourself to anyone else. But this is not funny to have burns in your face. So it's just the way I look. I can't do much about it. But I am tired. I have been through a lot. I have had several accidents. I have had 3 knee surgeries. I've broken both my feet. So, and that is why I did pull the plug, and I did say, God, you got to do a lot of inner healing in me. You got to do some physical healing in me. And He is. And slowly, I'm coming out on the other side, coming out better and stronger, hopefully. I'm also getting older. I'm not so young anymore. So guys, I just wanted to make this video to explain that all of this has been going on, and it was just time for me to, if you put things, if you have a backpack and you fill it up, and you never empty it, eventually, it's gonna be full. You can't put anything in. And I was just at a time in my life where my bag was full, and I needed to get rid of things, old things in the past, getting healing. So that's what I've been doing, and it has been a very precious time. And life is like a book, one chapter. And before you start a new chapter, you have to finish the one you are in. And that's what I've been doing now, closing a chapter of my life, saying goodbye to the past, to the hurt, to the pain, to the traumas, to the sickness, to the trauma, and letting God do a restoration and a healing. And I just want to encourage you to do the same. If you're going through a hard time, if you're going through pain and hurt in your life, let God heal you, and surround yourself with good people. And at the end of a storm, there is always a rainbow coming. So I am encouraged. I am happy. I know I'm in a transition time where God is gonna bring me to the other side. I just want to end this video by telling you about a terrorist attack that happened today, actually in the middle of the night actually. The IDF, the Israeli Defense Forces, were working in Samaria during the night. They were out arresting 11 Hamas terrorists. And while they were doing that, a car drove by with 3 Muslim terrorists, and they are hurling fire bombs at the soldiers. But they don't do anything, the soldiers. They finish up their job, they arrest this guy, and they leave the area. But one of the vehicles is having problems, so they pull over by the side, and the soldiers get out, and there's a border police officer. So while these guys are standing by the side of the road, the car comes back and it rams right into these soldiers. So one border police officer was lightly wounded, and an IDF officer is in the hospital now, and he is very badly wounded. So would you just please keep him in your prayers, because we have these terrorist attacks over and over and over again here in Israel. It cannot be that the Jewish people cannot live in safety. They just want to be safe and sound and happy and have a normal life like you have wherever you are living around the world. So keep praying for Israel, keep praying for the Holy Land. Thank you for following me here on my on my YouTube channel. And like I said, I have been on a medical leave of absence, slowly coming out on the other side. So thank you for sticking with me here on my page. I will try to do better and make more videos, and also live videos when I start to move around in Jerusalem. So that's it. If anybody has any question, I can take questions. Other than that, I'm gonna sign off if I know how to do that. But thank you for following me here on my YouTube channel. If you are on Facebook, follow my Israel One Nation page. And have a wonderful day around the world. Thank you for standing with Israel. And can I just end by saying, if you haven't been to Israel, come to Israel. Last year, 4 million people visited Israel. 4 million people. I just came from the Western Wall. I was down praying for a friend, and thank you, Greg. Good to see you too. I was down by the Western Wall, and there were so many tourists. There are so many tourists in Israel. It's wonderful. So if you're planning on coming to Israel, don't be afraid. Don't let anybody fool you to believe that because there's a terrorist attack or there's a terrorist attack that you're not safe here. You are very safe in Israel. Don't ever let anyone, if you go to your family and you say, you know what, I want to go to Israel, don't let your family, oh, you can't go, we're too afraid. No. Come to Israel and be a testimony to your family that it is safe to come to Israel. And especially come to Israel because you show the Jewish people they are not alone. You show the Jewish people that they have friends around the world. You show the Jewish people that you love them. You come here, you support them. And you're not staying away, and you're believing the lies because of the propaganda coming against Israel. So plan your next vacation to Israel. Come on down. Promise you, you will have the best time of your life. It will transform your life. And the only thing is, you fall in love when you come here. You will leave a little bit of your heart, but that's okay because it's going to bring you back. So I'm going to sign off. Thank you for watching here on my page. And let's see. I don't even know how to sign off this. I will work it out. Thank you for following me. Have a wonderful day. Bye.